Hey guys, welcome in. I hope you're doing well today. I'm Taffany, and I have been a busy bee in the garden today. Yesterday and today, I have pulled weeds and cleaned out a couple of beds. I have transplanted some seedlings that were growing in ground from last year's flowers, zinnias and vincas, and I've got I ran out and I got some seeds because I need to finish up that one little row of collard greens in the vegetable garden. I got some marigolds that were like on, clearance, the ones that look desperate that they want to get rid of. So I kind of dug through that and found some that I think I can keep alive, and just a bunch of stuff that I've been doing. So what I'm going to do is show you, what I have done already. We're going to get those seeds out for the collard greens. We're going to get the marigolds planted. But before we do all of that, I want to show you something that I got in the mail. It's a little surprise package for me from my friends from DIY Brands who supply me with my gloves. They are they are my favorite garden tool. They're so pretty, but they're durable. And those are a pair that you see me wearing mostly all of the time. That's just my personal opinion. I really love those gloves. So we've got some bad lighting here. But anyway, they sent me a little package, so let me show you what I have before we head out to the vegetable garden. Alright guys, so I brought it over here to the bench so it'll be easier for me to lay it out. I don't have a table out here where I can kind of sit and show you, but I'm gonna show you the box before I take it out because I think the box is so cute and it looks like something you could give as a gift. Now this is my first time opening it and taking everything out, so you're going to be seeing it as I see it. So we'll see what is in the box here. So let me turn the camera around and let's go through what's inside. All right, guys, so first let me show you the box that it comes in. So this really looks like, a gift box, something that is already prepackaged that you can give to a friend. So I think that in itself is pretty, but let's see what's inside. Like I said, this is my first look as well as yours. So let's see, let me put the tape here, the tape tore. So we'll see what's in here together. All right, so let's open up the box. So this is the inside of the box, and it looks like it's a tote. It's a tote with a bunch of accessories. And that's a pretty color too. So let's first put the box down and let's open up the tote, and then we'll start to pull out what's inside of the box. And of course, you see who has to come and be nosy. Yeah, you have to get it. Chica, why are you getting in my box? My goodness. All right. So this is the tote. It's a two-handle tote. Looks like it's lined. So looks like it can kind of take a little dirt and moisture. And it's got all these pockets along the side. So I can see this being good for just grabbing all your tools. Flying lesson. Grabbing all of your tools and taking it around the garden so you don't have to go back and forth to the garage, for me, for the little, things. Look at this, guys. Is this comfortable? Are you comfortable? Huh? Are you comfortable? She is spoiled, and she has made this box her home. So there are some gloves. These are kind of rubbery, little fabric on this side, but rubbery. So like you can put your gloves in there. Little water bottle for misting plants. This is more going to be useful for my indoor plants. This is a potting tray that, you spread it out when you're potting your plants, which you've seen me do with one that I have when I was in the room doing my seedlings. So you see, you just kind of lay it out to protect your tabletop. So you've got that. And let's see what else is in here. Let's pull all the rest out. So there's a trowel. Oh, I was thinking this was going to be kind of thin and flimsy, but it's thicker than I thought it would be. Very interesting. I was expecting these to be like really thin metal. Now they're not the thickest metal, but they are definitely not thin. And so I think that these will last for a while. And it's got this blue coating on it to protect it. So let's peel that off. I like that. Still got a little blue there, which we'll get off. But it's on both sides. And I'll peel that off in a minute. But you can see that there's a fork for digging. Again, all of these have the coating on it to protect with the blue film. We've got one of these, and oops, I'm dropping as I go. I'm making a mess with all the plastic. We'll pick it up in a minute. We've got a kind of a raker to rake the soil. You can even make your rows for your seedlings. And this, wow. I've never used one of these before, and it's got this plastic protective coating to go over the fork end. So this is neat. So I have to learn how to use this tool. And then last but not least, what I dropped are some pruners, shears. Yeah, they're sharp. And these are also not little thin flimsy metal. So I guess Miss Tika's done laying in the box, but I can see all of the tools like going around the outer part here. And so whenever you need to go do something in the garden, you can just grab your bag, have all of your tools, have your gloves in here. I can even see getting, like if you go grocery shopping and you have the little plastic bags left over, you can grab one of those, drop it in here. So while you're out working in the bed, if you need to pull weeds, you've got something for trash for that. And then any other tools that, you would need to store along the side here. I can see this being such a good, look at that. Yes, 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 yes. Have your gloves in there, everything. So it could go like that, and then when you're done, you have a hook in your garage, just hang it, and literally everything is already here for you. And the planting tray and the water bottle are good for, working at your potting bench, your indoor plants, things like that. So I can see this being useful in the garden. You can even drop your seeds and things like that if you're going to be going out to do seeds. So I think I'm going to be using this quite a bit in the garden because I find myself going back and forth quite a bit, having to pause my video to go run and get something I forgot. So I think this will be helpful for that. So I'm going to be using it for a little while to see what I think. Overall, see how it holds up, but I like it, and I want to thank you guys over there for thinking of me and sending this to me. I wasn't expecting to see it in the mail, so I really appreciate it. And I am definitely going to give this a try. And this is probably going to help me stay, like I said, more organized with everything being right here. And again, I definitely want to say that these are not thin little flimsy metal tools like I thought, that a kit like this would have. Not just this kit, any kit. I just would have assumed that that would be the case. But these are, these are pretty good. Like I said, not heavy duty, but definitely a good mid-level sturdiness here. So, again, thank you guys for thinking of me and Tika. I'm going to give this a try, and I'm going to let all of you guys know how it holds up. You'll see it in the video, so you'll kind of get to see if it's wearing and tearing or if it's holding up very well, and see how convenient it is for me. But enough about my little gift in the mail. I always like to share stuff when I get stuff, especially when it's a surprise and I didn't expect it. So we're going to take these tools over there after I get the plastic off, and we're going to use them today because, like I said, I want to get the finish that row of collards. I want to get the marigolds and ground and stuff like that. So let me show you some of what I have done already, and then let's head to the vegetable garden and get those things planted. And that will probably be my goal for all I need to do for today, because I've already done a lot. Like I said, I've already been out earlier working. So I've even fertilized. I forgot to mention that. I used my plant tone and kind of tossed it around. I've gotten all of the beds except for this section here. And the reason I didn't do that section is because it's the last section that I have to get weeds up from. So I don't want to fertilize it until I get the weeds up. So anyway, enough talking. Let me show you what I've done, and let's get to work. Okay guys, so before we get to work in the vegetable garden, I want to show you that I have cleared out all the weeds from this bed here and this bed here. And like I said, I have fertilized. I did not fertilize this area here. I did not mention that, but I did fertilize here. Just kind of tossed the plant tone around in there. And this is a little seedling from the zinnias that dropped seed over in that direction in front of the vegetable garden. I also planted one of those little zinnia seedlings right here. And these flowers on the society garlic is so pretty. I've got seedlings here, and now keep in mind they will droop, here in the first few days, but they will, perk up. I put some here, there's two. And then as we come around here, there were also seedlings that were in this gorgeous bed here with the Miss Lemon Abelias and the crepe myrtle. Vinca seedlings from all the vinca that were planted along that outer edge there last season. They tend to drop seeds, and so there I dug them up, and there's some there. I did them in clumps. You can see right there, there, and there. And I've kept the rock here, and I've got two of the zinnias back here, kind of behind the rock and the tree. You can see those there. If I come around, you'll get a better look. Right there and there. I put one of the lantanas that was in the pots here with the grasses. I put one here, and then of course the other lantana are here, and they are still doing good, taken from the pots. And this is where I got all of the seedlings for the vinca. And as a matter of fact, you can see there's still just a few left, and I think I'm going to take those up and put those last few in pots near the door there. of the house so that they don't get destroyed as we pull weeds this weekend in this bed. We've got to pull weeds and then we'll fertilize here. And we fertilize all back in this area and there, but I've got weeds to get up here, so I didn't fertilize there or here yet. But there's also a lantana, I said marigold, lantana there and there. So there's a total of 5 lantanas, and this one here will kind of mimic with that one there so that the entryway is, you know, kind of balanced in their symmetry there. So that's the goal. So anyway, here are kind of what's left of the seedlings. Now I took a bunch of those and I put them in the front garden as well, in between the Mexican heather and the lilies, and those are looking really sad, and I don't know why. It's like things in the front just really struggle. So, you know, I will just stick with buying big things up there, or if I grow seeds, wait till they get really large. Now, the reason I stopped here at the entrance is because this bed that I've been holding for my husband, I got tired of holding it for him, so I planted mustard greens here because I plan on emptying out this bed this week, probably leaving one to let it bolt so I can get seeds, and I'm going to be emptying out this bed here as well. So I stole the bed that I prepped for him, and I've got mustard greens here, and then I've got companion plantings. Let me see if I can get out of that way there. But I did companion planting with, of course, marigolds. All of this is for the purpose of not just looks, but to, you know, try to decrease the amount of pests and disease on the vegetables, so that you know, I don't have to use chemicals. But I've got oregano, and then I've got 2 clumps of seeds for dill. Those make good companion plantings for mustard greens. And then we, of course, are familiar with this bed here, where I've got 5 rows of kale, which are really showing itself. I've got a middle row of cilantro, which I see little heads poking up, but you can't see it yet. And, you know, keep in mind, seedlings grow at different rates, so, you know, we may not see the cilantro for a little while. And then I've got like 4 3/4 rows of collards. So this row of collards, as you can see, there's a stick there. That marks where I stopped. So I'm gonna finish the seedlings for the collards, and then the outer areas I am going to do with marigolds. And these are the marigolds that I got that were kind of on a clearance. As you can see, they look pretty rough, but with some TLC they should be good. And we'll get marigolds around this bed here, that bed there with the blueberry bush, and this bed here with the blueberry bush. So I did a lot of weeding, a lot of cleaning up space. I cleaned all the weeds up from this bed, which is why I was able to go ahead and plant and fertilize. I fertilized this whole back section as well, all of the way around here, and just the area where the angelonia are there. So we got all of that done, and we've got all of the courtyard garden done as far as fertilizing. So I'm getting prepped to put compost or mulch down for back here, all of here, and the front garden as well. The front garden will be first because I want to give this tree time to finish dropping all of its pods, so my rich black mulch or compost, you know, won't go to waste because it'll be covered with all of that. So I'm gonna hold off for back here for maybe another week or so. But anyway, guys, let's get the collard greens planted, and let's get the marigolds in ground. And yeah, I think that is all I'm going to do because I've done enough already. So let's get going. Okay, guys. Yeah, my camera keeps giving me problems today, but I've got 5 planted here, and we'll see if that's enough or if we need to fill in this gap right here. But that leaves me with 7 to do this front bed up here. So I'm going to count it out and see if 7 is going to be needed or if I need to go ahead and use what I have to fill in there. So let's head up there and let me just count it out. I'm not going to need this or anything. We're just going to go and take a look. So let's head to this front bed. Okay, guys. Yeah, my camera keeps giving me problems today, but I've got 5 planted here, and we'll see if that's enough or if we need to fill in this gap right here. But that leaves me with 7 to do this front bed up here. So I'm going to count it out and see if 7 is going to be needed or if I need to go ahead and use what I have to fill in there. So let's head up there and let me just count it out. I'm not going to need this or anything. We're just going to go and take a look. So let's head to this front bed. All right. So we would need 1, 2, 3, maybe spread it out more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. So probably we're going to need all 7. If I do it like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure 5 is across here and 2 across there for 6, 7. So I'll need the whole 7 there. So we'll leave that back bed as it is, and I can always buy one more if I need to, or move that one over some so that the spacing in between it is not so big. Maybe that's what I'll do. For now, I'll just move it over so the spacing's not so big in between it. Yeah, I think this spacing looks better because it, as this spreads that way and that way, this one spreads that way and that way, it will fill it in. And sometimes it's not that you need another plant. Sometimes it's just about the spacing. So I love being able to just drop my tools in this bag and my gloves. They're not on the ground. I don't have to worry about any kind of bugs crawling in them, spiders or whatever. But last thing we're going to do is we're going to get these Georgia collards in. I had already made a row. Try to get in here without stepping on anything. And we're going to put the stick right there where we'll stop. So I ran out just short. And I can stick the seeds in the pocket and don't have to worry about them spilling out on the ground. Perfect. Hi, Tika. Yes. You're ready to go inside, aren't you? Yeah, I know you're ready to go in. Okay. I took out more than I needed. I kind of figured that. All right. I am going to set these over here in the corner because there's no reason to take them back. They can sit here. They can get watered with the rest of the plants and vegetables as we water every day. And this weekend I can get that part done, get it cleaned out and all that. So I think that's everything. So let me give you a closer up look at what everything looks with the little pop of color from the marigolds in there now. All right, guys, so I'm starting kind of stepped back, and you can kind of see from a distance what it looks like, and imagine that filling in. And then we've got the marigolds there, and a distance from this one, a long shot, and then you can kind of see close up the marigolds here. So that is the entire back section, for the most part all planted. I'm not going to be sticking anything additional in this bed other than that blueberry bush and this, and that hole there, that's where the sprinkler comes up. And this bed has a sprinkler in it at the back, so I tried to make sure I came up a little bit on this row of collards so it's not so close, but who knows if any seeds drop back there, we'll see. And so that's it. So everything is looking good, so we just have to clean up here and here, which we will get to next. And we've got enough of the marigolds to plant around this bed, and I will give this bed to my husband to do his vegetables. But yes, guys, that is everything. So March is my month to plant vegetables and everything, and then April I really start to focus on my flowers, my annuals and perennials. So I'm stepping back so you can kind of see everything. I just think it's so pretty. All right, guys, well, I am done for today. I want to thank you for joining me out here in the garden as we get the last of our collards out and we get the marigolds out. And I kind of did a long rant on everything I did in the garden. Not a rant in a negative way, but excited that I got it done. And yeah, we've still got more to do to get the vegetable garden ready. But for the most part, the main things are done. The bulk of it is done. There's just a few beds left to prep and plant in. And I thank you guys for being out in the garden with me all of the time and enjoying everything that I do. And if you would like to subscribe to the channel, please consider doing so we can grow our gardening community. Something I never dreamt of would, be the case. I was just doing this because I love it. And along the way, I've met a bunch of people who also love it as well. So let's just continue to grow the community. But until next video, get out in your garden or whatever it is that you love, get out and do it today. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.